Okay. So Kuda, can you please let us know your name and your role?
My name is Kuda Suzinyu. I'm the Executive General Manager at Pioneers Lodge.
Great. And how long has the Pioneers Lodge been using Brenna?
The Pioneers Lodge has been using Brenna just almost a year now.
Yeah. And what has your experience been with staff members using Brenna?
Staff have enjoyed the software because it's made it easier for them to communicate with families about what's happening with residents on site. So it's just made it a bit much easier for them to be able to communicate with them.
And what were the sorts of problems you were experiencing with your staff communicating with families beforehand?
The problems that we were having is that staff were having problems, obviously, with the structuring of the messages, making the communication more formal. A lot of communication that was going back and forth with families was very informal, and at times meant a lot of back and forth to get the message across.
Mm-hmm. And so how has Brenna assisted with communication?
The Brenna app is the software itself is structured in a way that you can actually formulate the message in a better way. It's got questions that help you on prompts that will help you structure the message so that one message will deliver the message at once, and you don't have to send many messages.
And how many of your staff have English as a second language?
About 95% of my staff, have got English as their second language. Mm-hmm. So that's used to impact as well on the quality and structure of the messages that were going prior to Brenna.
So how do the staff feel, do you think, with using Brenna?
So the feedback I get from staff is that it's better. It's helped them to structure the message itself, think through what they are trying to put across, and the prompts as well. They help them formulate those communications to make them better, and the communication is more effective now.
And Kuda, we've talked about some of your experience with some of the more difficult family members. Can you describe what that's been like for staff?
It's been really good because now the staff can actually, formulate the message, put it across, and it helps them, the families, obviously, to read the message and get the message once, and they don't have to be aggressive, communicating back to staff through text, because with Brenna, obviously, they can't text back, and they've got time to process the message. And in most cases, I find, or I'm hearing from staff, that they are no longer getting a lot of abuse or messages coming back from families. So that has helped staff and given them more time to focus on what they're supposed to be focusing, which is the resident.
That's great.
Yeah.
What do you think is the impact of the staff having that less stress and less abuse coming back from family members?
They become more productive, they are happier at work, they are not scared, they can focus on the care that the residents are getting, and they're happier at work. So that makes a huge difference. The anxiety that they used to have is totally changed.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. And what has been the impact for you in a leadership position with using Brenna with your team?
In a leadership position, it's helped me it's reduced complaints. The communication from us to families is better. I'm not getting a lot of complaints from families. I have a happier staff, less anxious staff. The staff are able to communicate whether it's a difficult family or it's not a difficult family. They are able to communicate the same way, and they're more efficient, they're more productive, and I can go back and look into those communications. Whereas before, the texts or the phone calls, I couldn't know what they have communicated, especially when I'm managing a complaint.
How has it impacted your complaints management process?
Much better, much easier, much easier. I've got the information in front of me where we have communicated to the families. It's easier for me to have a look and see what exactly did we say to the families, and it's much easier. I mean, the complaints have reduced quite significantly, and when they have come through, we can all be looking at the same things and we can talk the same language, so it's easier.
That's great. And Being a more regional home, you would have a lot of family members that live at a distance. How has it benefited those family members that live far away?
I think the best thing that Brenna app does is that for those that are far and where families they've got multiple family members that could be local and some that are far, the message goes once and it goes to everybody that's on it. So the communication is one, and even those that live far, they are in charge of what's happening and they are getting the same message that everyone is getting. And when they visit, finally, there are no surprises.
That's a nice outcome, no surprises.
It is, yeah.
What would have happened before in terms of why would they?
Before you'd find that we would normally focus on contacting where we make phone calls or texts. The communication goes to the primary contact, and usually the expectation has always been that the first contact or primary contact will tell the family. But we found that more often the other family members had no idea of what was going on. So when they visited, they got shocked with sometimes the state or the condition that their loved ones will be in because they don't come very often. So Brenna has totally changed that. So communication is going to everybody.
Okay, thank you.